Welcome to Everyday Cooking with Ann. You know, good food is a way to connect with others and create great memories. And hundreds of people have bought my cookbooks as I have catered weddings and events over the years. And now I'd like to become your personal cooking coach and help you make great food step by step from scratch. And I will post a new video every week, twice a week. Thank you. Hi, welcome back to Everyday Cooking with Ann Sigurd. Today we're going to make pizza dough. Such a simple thing to make, but everybody loves it. If you do it correctly, you have chewy, crispy pizza dough to make any pizza at any time you want. First of all, we're going to start off by putting 2 cups of warm water. Now I know most of you don't know what warm water means, so you need to have the water at about 110 degrees. Since I've been making pizza for years, I know what that feels like already, so I don't need to check the temperature of my water. But you want a warm water because that's going to activate the yeast when you pour it in with a little bit of sugar. Okay, it's ready. We're getting our 2 cups of water. This recipe is going to make 2 large pizzas or 3 medium-sized pizzas. Okay, I'm going to pour this into my mixer, along with 1 full tablespoon of regular yeast. I'm going to sprinkle that on top, along with a little bit of sugar, because sugar activates yeast. You might want to put a teaspoon in, a tablespoon, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to stir this up right now, and you can see what it's going to look like when it's mixed up. And I'm going to let it sit here for about 5 minutes for it to proof. Okay, we're back, and the yeast has been activating for about 5 minutes. And now you can see that it is completely frothing up and bubbling up, and it's totally ready to go for the next step. The next step we're going to have is we're adding 2 tablespoons of pure olive oil. This is going to make it smooth and elastic as I'm kneading it. And it's going to give, of course, a great Italian flavor that we want to have for pizza. So 2 tablespoons of this. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt. This is the kind of salt I use for everything. It's a healthy salt. You don't have to worry about whether you can have salt in your food. This is a really healthy salt to use for all of my cooking. And I always use the pink Himalayan, along with the kosher salt. Okay, now I'm going to put the dough hook onto my machine. And I'm going to mix it for a little bit here. Just mix all the oil and salt into it. Okay, that's been mixed. Okay, I'm going to pull this up, and I'm going to start adding 5 cups of bread flour. Bread flour is different than a regular flour. It has at least 12% more protein in it, more gluten in it for making breads and pizzas and things like that. So I'm going to add this. I'm going to add 2 cups at the beginning just to get it going. And you can watch and see how that looks as it's getting ready. You don't want to put it on for too high because you don't want it flying out all over the machine. Now I'm going to add cup number 3. Just so you know, every time you make bread, you don't use an exact amount of flour. You have to know how the dough looks and how it feels, and add no more. So after I add this little bit of flour here, then I'm only going to be adding a little bit at a time until it's at the right consistency, because if you add too much flour all at once, you're going to have a tough dough, and you don't want to do that. I'm going to turn it off right now so I can put some of the flour back into the, mix back into the dough. It's not ready yet because it's still got too much liquid. Our goal is to make a smooth, round ball when it's kneaded, when it's finished. In a moment, I'll show you what it looks like when it's ready to take out of the machine. When you're in a hurry and you want to make dinner some evening and you want to make pizza for your family, this takes you 5 minutes to put together. And you'll have homemade fresh pizza dough with all the toppings that you need, as long as you have your own. If you want to use a jar pizza sauce, you can. I have my own special recipe that's in the book, which I'll leave in the recipe below, which will give you all the ingredients for this pizza dough, as well as my pizza sauce and toppings that you can use as well. Okay, now I'm going to be adding just a little bit more flour now, but I don't want it to be going too high or it'll be flour all over the kitchen. You don't want to do that. So you can see the consistency of where we're at now. It's starting to move a little bit away from the edge.